Hey guys, I hope that you had an amazing weekend and that your week is starting off very nicely with your investments skyrocketing into outer space. Now, I wanted to discuss what you guys can expect from basically the beginner viewpoint once going on to Airbnb as well as the other host websites. Now, rule number one is try not to become super personally attached to your investments just because it can break your heart sometimes. But then again, it's also okay because, when you're connected to your investments, it usually means that you're trying to make it a good. Just emotionally disconnect in a way. If that makes sense. Now, when you are starting out, you have your account created or your property manager has put you onto their host account and your listing is live, you've done the photos, the description, all of that. This is what you're going to be expecting. Number one is you're going to have that trial of impending fear. Okay, and this is going to really be there for anywhere from like a couple hours to maybe 6 months depending on the location. Now if you're in Brevard County and you're in a tourist destination, you're probably only going to go maximum about a week without a booking, and as little as a couple hours without a booking. Now it's still going to be impending doom if this is your first one, just because you're probably not accustomed to doing it, and that's completely normal. So once you have your first booking, congratulations, you've made it. Feels good, doesn't it? Now what? So let's say that you get your booking, it's a Monday, and your guest is coming on Friday. I would recommend that either you or your property manager, if that's not me, goes in and basically just does a checklist of your cleaning and also the mechanics of the house. So the plumbing, the air conditioning, and the Wi-Fi, and all of the I can't talk today. All of the technology aspects of the house, the smart lock, security, everything. Okay, so you want to ensure that everything is basically in a working order and that it's all functioning and clean and disinfected. And when you do the paper towel test, everything's basically perfect. Okay, so this is just going to help really reassure that your guests are going to come into the house and it's going to be a really good experience for them. So you've done all of this, you are booked with your first guest, you pre-approved them or you have your instant book on and you're ready for them to be there. So what do you do once your guest is supposed to be checking in and out? It's really going to be dependent upon how you have your check-in process structured. And you need to have this done before your guest is going to be arriving, if not before you're even live. So a good recommendation on just my basis as a professional would be to get a smart lock. This way you don't have to be at the property, and if there's any technology difficulties, then you can really just do it from your phone and you don't have to be there. Now with COVID, this is a great addition because you don't have to be in person and you don't risk getting sick. And I hate saying that word, COVID. So over it. So smart lock is great. Also having an additional key in a lockbox on the property is another great selling point, just because of the fact if something doesn't work technology wise, then you can just do it manually. And it's good to have a smart lock that has both features, because if something goes wrong, the battery dies or whatever, then you have that as a backup and you still don't have to be at the property. So let's say that you have your structured plan for the check-in. Your check-in time is going to be at 4 or 3 p.m. Your checkout time is going to be at 11 a.m. with a late checkout going up to about 12. I would recommend this if you have additional guests coming in on the next day and you have to do cleaning. So you're going to basically create a saved reply. This way you don't have to keep repeating yourself and retyping everything or copying and pasting it, because it gets very tiring once you're basically stabilized. So you have your reply, and it's going to include all of the instructions for your smart lock, the temporary password code that should be resetting between guests every single time. You should not have the same password for a guest ever, okay? Unless it's been like 10 years or something, okay? Then that's something that's understandable. Now, After you've created your temporary password, you're going to input it into your instructions. You're going to advise the guest that it's only going to work for the duration of their stay, and if they have any difficulties, to contact you. You're also going to advise them of, some of your Wi-Fi instructions, so the Wi-Fi password, and also if you have really anything else regarding the checkout process, so like turning off all the lights and locking all of the doors, and or setting the alarm code system, however you have it set up for your particular investment property. Once you have all of this written, you'll just save it, so you just send it before they come and check in. Now, you can expect your guests to either tell you that they've checked in or to not, okay? And this is kind of why having a security system is great, because you're able to kind of document that your guests did arrive and that everything's working out okay. And by all means, I don't mean spying your guests. I literally just mean have your cameras pointing out towards the street so you can ensure that there's no intruders, as well as, you can just make sure that people are okay from a reasonable standpoint. Don't be weirdos, okay? So after you've had your guest check in, you're probably going to be like, okay, now what happens? I've sent them the checkout instructions. Are they going to contact me? Most of them usually let you know that they've left. Some don't. It's just going to be kind of dependent upon who the guest is. Personally, when I go to a hotel, I don't ever talk to the front desk. So I expect people not to talk to me when they're checking out or checking in. So this is normal to me. Now, after you check out, let's say that you have a guest coming in again, it's very important to have a process down for your cleaning. You can expect for, on average, an hour and a half to basically 2.5 to 3 hours of cleaning time that you're going to need. And this is on the basis of having a 4-bedroom house and 2 baths and basically 1,600 square feet. If you have a bigger house, plan for a little bit more time. And this is why I say, for me personally, 11 a.m. checkout and 3 or 4 p.m. check-in is perfect for me, just because it gives me ample time to be able to do everything correctly and ensure that everything is up and in order the way that I want it to be, up to that standard high quality point. Now, you really have to ensure, if you're hiring a service, that you can trust that service, because what happens if your maid doesn't show up and you have guests arriving? They come through that door and the entire house is a mess. Now what? This is also very important to think about, because, what do you do? In that instance, I would do a refund and then cancel. But then again, I always recommend having a property management company being responsible for this, because personally, I would never let that happen for my clients, because that's just fucking crazy. And I have such bad OCD that everything has to be perfect or I'm gonna go mad, okay? Very weird, crazy, cuckoo lady here. But hey, you know what? It helps because all of my guests are happy with how clean that the house is and how welcome they feel when they're coming into all of the properties that I manage. Now, ensure that you have a trusted team, and also that you have some form of guidebook created for your guests in case they don't know the area that well. And you can actually send this to them as a part of the instructions for check-in and check-out. And it's actually a really nice final touch, because sometimes people don't know anything about the area or really what to do. And it's a nice way to say, here you go. We hope that you have a great time. Also, it's good to leave your guests reviews. And to be honest, because that just helps other hosts know what is coming their way. And I really recommend it. As far as reviews for you as a host go, please don't become too connected to it, because everybody's going to have their own experience and own opinion. And that's kind of like the beautiful thing about being a host and having an Airbnb. You can expect some people to be just amazed by your house and others to fucking hate it. That's the nicest way I can put it. I've had some people come in and they love it, but then they're super judgmental of the area for some reason, and it's just a little bit alarming, because guests do choose the area, but at the same time you just have to kind of go with the punches, because what can you do? You can't really do much. Just ensure that there's no discrimination going on, because if you are anything like me, you're in neighborhoods that are Class B and C a lot, and that's actually where I'm most comfortable with. Class A is great, but it's just not for me, personally. Now, do I have investors that do Class A neighborhoods? Absolutely, I do, and I love that they have those luxury dreams and they're following and pursuing them, but just for me, not there yet. And I'm okay saying that because I still help those people that are at the luxury points. Now, personally, just accept it. Use the bad reviews as an education turn point and the good reviews as good feedback. It was a good time. And really, that's kind of it. You just have to get through the beginning process of fear when it comes to waiting for your first booking. And honestly, that's such a normal thing and you're not alone. Everybody goes through it. And just do your best to have the best photos and descriptions and basically accommodations, you know, because people want to be at a home that feels like home. That's the point. And an experience. Think of fun things to do and add that into your house, like board games, card games, barbecues, pools, all those fun little aspects that make it a little bit more spontaneous and fun and an experience. You can also do theme houses and all of those additional aspects. But other than that, that's really it, honestly. Very simple, to the point. Strive to become a super host. You don't actually have to be a super host to do good on Airbnb, but it is a great goal to set for yourself. And honestly, it's just going to help you in the long run be able to get more views to your listing. Now, from that, that's all I really have. And honestly, I recommend, just on an outside perspective, to take a quick video sweep of the house before each individual guest comes, because if you ever do have to file an insurance claim through Airbnb, then you can show Airbnb the fact that house was perfect when you cleaned it and this was not there before, just in case you have a guest that tries to destroy your property. Hopefully you don't, but it happens. It's a real thing. Trust me. I've read reviews of other hosts. Luckily it hasn't happened to me yet. God damn it, Michaela. Knock on wood. So with that being said, I hope this helps you guys. And if you have any questions or comments or need a property manager that's in Brevard County or all the way down to Miami and also across Central Florida to Clearwater, let me know. I'm here and I'm happy to help you guys. And we are constructing our team. Our property management company is officially open. The name of it is First Class Property Management and Real Estate Company. We are so excited to come and service everyone professionally, and yes, we are ready to go for you guys. So as you already know, 201-952-4665. You can call me, text me at any time with any of your real estate related questions. Investments are my forte, as well as any residential or commercial multifamily or just standard primary house. And I love creative investments, whether that's recovery residences, Airbnbs, or something spontaneous. They're just my thing, and I love being able to help you guys navigate those, you know, as an entirety. So I look forward to working with you guys. You can email me at michaela@michaelasells.com or even broker@localpmc.com. But that's it for today. Thank you guys. Peace out.